morning and happy Christmas. I've got Mirai here. She's going to be helping me, plus a little pussycat who I didn't put out of the room today. Is going to keep getting in the way, but I've got no wool so she can't pinch that, so we should be okay. So I've got Mirai here because I have this. Now I have doll's houses. She's going to knock the light over. Can you see the light moving? She's trying to climb up to the light. I've got larger doll's houses, which are great for pippa scale. I do have one smaller one, which I've never really finished. It's quite a nice little house, but it sort of didn't inspire me much. And then I saw a fellow Facebooker who'd got one of these. And that was it. I was enamoured. I thought it would be great to do some photos of the Smartdolls with the dolls' houses, because you can get furniture, you can get all sorts with it. So, like I said, that is why Mirai is here. So I'm going to move it over slightly. Now we're going to have, again, a pussycat joining us because she's wanting to see what I'm up to. And what I actually have here is this. It is La Maison De Ville, and it's from Petite Properties. You can see the price there because it's on the front thing. Now, this isn't the design the other lady had, but when I saw hers, I thought I had to go onto it. I knew of Petite Properties from when I did work with 12th scale miniatures more than anything else, doll's house. But obviously now, the cat's got distracted now because we've got some little robins that light up tied to the balcony, and I think she thinks they're real birds, so she's watching them at the moment. So I went on, remembered how amazing their products were, and I thought, I've got to do this. So I'm hoping to do it as a progress thing with you guys. I'm hoping to actually build it, but I don't know how well. I'll have to time lapse it or something, because I'm presuming there are areas that need to be glued together and held together. You can see all the little parts. We'll have a look at those in a second. Oh, I hope that's not something that's broken off. Probably not. It's probably just a little infill piece. Our postmen are not very careful at the moment, as I have just watched one of them just throw somebody's parcels on the floor. But never mind. Hopefully we're okay. They were quite well wrapped. But I also did get this book as well, Exterior Finishes, because this is what sort of put me off finishing the other little house I had, was my lack of knowledge regarding getting the textures and things like that. Now, this book is by B. Broadhead, and she's one of the people that actually owns Petite Properties, and there's all sorts of information in here that will help you, sort of what tools you need, I've not even looked at it. All I've done is open it out of the envelope, so I need to have a proper look myself. I don't know whether this particular house is in here. Possibly not. No, there's lots of, well, it probably is. Just that obviously I'm not going to go through the whole book. I would recommend getting it if you are doing it, because obviously it's 1/12, 16th, 24th. And what I have here is a 1/48, which is little. Your standard doll's house is a 1/12 scale. And I've gone for the smallest end of that. The higher the number there, the smaller the item. There is smaller than that as well, but I thought, like I say, this would be a great size to sort of do some shots with the dolls and things. So I'm going to have a good read at that before I start doing anything. So this is the actual house. There's a full house there. Hard to believe, but this is tiny. So we're going to carefully take some of this out, and we'll have a little look at what we've got. There's a little leaflet. Now, presumably these are instructions on how to put it together. Oh, I have to be careful. So some bits and pieces in there. It's a great way perhaps of doing it if you haven't got a lot of room. You're wanting doll's houses, because I know with some of these, this is one of the larger ones of the 1/48. There's some you can sort of line them all up and they look great on a windowsill or something like that. So my instructions are here. There's lots of different pages for it. So I need to have a good read and obviously check. You've got all your list of everything that should be in there. So I need to check that through first, and how we pop it together. And some more information here. It's even got little windows that can be glazed. I just like the design. I'm wanting this pedestal that it stands on. That's not available at the moment, but you can sort of, if one of the items isn't available, you can click on their site and it just says notify me when available. So I would like the little stand for it as well, because I think it looks rather nice on that stand. It's sort of the era of house I like the look at. I mean, I like so many different forms of architecture, but this one just really did appeal to me. But believe you me, there is a lot more on the site there that'll even appeal more. So I'm going to carefully just take a few things out. As I say, it's only a quick video just to give you an idea. Without looking, I don't know what any of these things are. It is MDF. MDF wood. So, I mean, most dolls' houses, modern dolls' houses are made out of that nowadays, as in collector's dolls' houses. And then we have all these tiny, tiny, weeny little bits. Obviously, we've got the windows, and look, we've even got this sort of these sort of inserts, the windows. Oh look, even can you see the little tiny pieces of acetate in there? Let's get one of those out. So for the windows, I mean, if you wanted to get really fancy, you could even sort of glaze, you know, colour in between. But you've got these tiny little pieces of acetate which actually sit behind the windows. So you've even got sort of a glazed little window. But there's so many tiny bits in there. As I say, I'm going to have to be really careful with them. They are quite delicate. They are small. That is why, obviously, if they were a larger scale, they would be solider. But again, these are still MDF. You can see how they are. They are beautifully made. They are just sort of the one colour at the moment, because that's the whole point of having this. You can decorate it as bright or as plain. I've not made up my mind. I quite like this look, but I sort of quite like bright things as well. So I think what I'm going to do is actually do a little bit of research on what properties would have been like during that time, and then sort of play about with it. I've got a thing about putting red doors on little houses. My other one's got a red door as well, and so is my doll's house. So I'm just going to take a few bits out. I don't want to take everything out because I don't want to sort of damage anything. Just, oh, like that. So you end up losing bits, so you've got to be careful. So obviously that's a side. That I'm not sure. I hope that's not a broken piece. But, I mean, saying that, it's not something, if it is, I'd like to think the other piece is in there. Yes, I bet it's that. But it's not the end of the world, because the thing is, you can use PVA glue quite well with these. Because it's a wood glue, it does hold the MDF together quite well. And I'm presuming, just a quick glance, is this a front? This is the front. So, like I say, I'm not going to worry about that. I can stick that back into place. And then I had considered putting some greenery on the front, because they also sell things like that as well. So you can set things for sort of grass, for ponds, for, you know, gravel, all those sort of effects. So I was considering anyway taking some sort of plant up there. This can sometimes happen. As I say, it was sort of thrown about a little bit by our postman. That's unfortunate. I know at the moment post is a nightmare. It's not their fault. They're all over the place, but please take care if you are a postman, because a lot of people are getting fragile things through for Christmas. This, like I say, unfortunately has come apart, but it's in there. I will sort that out. I am not worried. So we have a side there. That is the front. We have floors. Right, now I don't know whether I'm looking right here. Oh, but I seem to be missing. Am I missing another side? I might not be. It might be purely that I've got to read how the parts go together. But as I say, I'm not going to mess about with it now, but I am going to try and do a partial build with you guys. Let me have a quick look. I know the company's been going for ages. So I mean, they are a really good company, so if there are any issues, I'm sure that's not going to be a problem. It does look like there should be two sides, and I'm lacking two sides at the moment. I will get in touch with them. I'm sure they'll sort of rectify that really quick. That's not a problem. And again, I wasn't rushing for it to get done for Christmas. I will just do a video bit by bit, and I will update you as I go. And as I might have to time lapse some of it, because PVA is, I'm presuming it's PVA. Let's have a look. PVA or tacky glue with a fine tip applicator, some sandpaper, and some set squares, obviously, to get all your angles nice. Long nose tweezers, because obviously things are very tiny and fine, so that's quite useful. And obviously there's more details on actually how to pop it together. So I'm really looking forward to having a go with this. I will send them a message. I might double check. It might just be me. I need to count all the pieces out, and then I will contact them. But I'm quite excited about building it. But don't you think it's a fabulous sort of size for the Smartdolls to say they've got their own doll's house? So I thought that was quite exciting. And I'm looking forward to having a good look through this to get some ideas, some techniques, and find out what tools I need. This will also be useful because my son does a lot of Warhammer. And up to now he's sort of mainly done the figures, but he has actually started to really sort of work on bases, and he's wanting to give effects. And I'm just grabbing, oh, I nearly knocked it over. there's a surprise. Bear with me a second. I'm just grabbing a couple of bits that my son's left in my room, sort of as an example of what I was saying about Warhammer. If you don't know what Warhammer is, basically it's these sort of figures. So that's one is finishing off at the moment, and that's one sort of with the bases. But these are the little tufts, these little tiny tufts of grass. These are things that you can get in here. So it's sort of quite useful for him, as much as sort of it's people see it as a doll's house miniaturist shop. The items do cross over, should I say, to other modelers as well. So like I say, really excited about this, hoping to get it some of it at least started over Christmas. I will keep you updated, and as I say, we might do a time lapse of building it, and I might do some details of me having a go at painting it. I'm not quite sure yet. It depends whether people want to see it. Obviously, I've got some crochet coming up. I'm going for cactus everywhere. I'm thinking of different themed cactuses for different seasons. We've got a Valentine's one's going to be one of the first ones, because we're running out of time. We've only got a couple of days to Christmas, so I'm not going to be getting any more Christmas items out. But hopefully you're still going to follow me for the others, for you crochet guys out there. And this was just for a bit of fun to sort of show you something I've got, and hopefully sort of build along partially with yourself. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe and share if you enjoy the channel. And thank you for all your support during this year. And I probably will see you all before the new year. I'll be doing something over Christmas. So I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.